Expectations today?
No. Yes. I had to fight a little conservatively before when I was in different leagues, but now it was worth it to open up and be more explosive and bring that animal out of me instead of such a calculated chess player like I was before in the other leagues.
Can you tell the world now what MMA is?
I can.
Mark Pavlich would appreciate it. We'll just let that one.
Yeah, we'll let that one go.
Hey, take us through the entire 7 seconds.
I looked across the cage. He looked away. I said he's scared, and I'm going to hit him.
Wow.
Is that good?
That's good.
Okay.
Could your debut have gone any more perfectly than that?
I don't know. It's hard to say if something is a good or bad thing. Sometimes this could lead to something in life that could be a bad thing. Sometimes it can be a good thing. It's too soon to say.
Before the fight, did you know he was the type of guy to keep his hands low enough that you could tag him out quick?
Yes, I knew I could come out hard and heavy with the leather in the hands, and I knew that he would come.
Where does this victory rank career-wise for you?
That's a good question. Number one. Number one, I guess.
Ryan, did you feel bad at all?
In this sport, I mean, we have to, it's dog eat dog kind of, but you always hope that someone isn't seriously injured. This is someone's career, and it's you don't want to inflict harm that's going to affect someone's life and hurt them on a long-term thing. So I wish Anthony, I hope I didn't, do anything too tragic. In this sport, sometimes that happens, and he seems to have recovered his facility. So, yeah.
UFC debut. A lot of people have the octagon jitters. Apparently, you didn't. But take us through what was going through your head when you were walking into the octagon. For a lot of my other fights before this, I was very nervous. I wasn't nervous. It was like I was here, and it was okay if you're fighting world-class guys. You're fighting on the biggest stage, and not everyone has a perfect record here. So if you did lose, it's okay. It's okay to take those risks. It's okay because you're fighting world-class people, all the time. Every fight's a hard fight. So if you take a risk and you lose, it's like you're still respected. You're still known as one of the best in the world. So I kind of forgot the original question. I kind of rambled on there a little bit. I mean, it was your debut in front of your hometown fans. I know you're from Edmonton, but what did that mean to you to be so successful in your UFC debut in Canada?
My home province is actually New Brunswick, so it's okay. I have to cut it on that. People at home would kill me if I didn't correct. So, it means a lot, and I'm glad I performed in front of my family and friends and everyone who's come and watched me for the last couple of years fighting out here in Edmonton. I began my career in Edmonton, in Alberta. So it's good to come here and things come to full fruition. And had a complete circle.
Was that a robot routine you've worked on before, or was that an improv?
Listen, I do it in the grocery store. I do it when I'm cooking something for dinner. I do it all the time, so I can kind of just pull that stuff out whenever I want.
Did you do anything differently to prepare for this particular fight because it was your debut UFC?
Yeah. I was down in Florida training with the Black Zillions, so that was different. So I got to train with a lot of high-class guys. Alistair Overeem, Tyrone Spong, Anthony Johnson, Rashad Evans. These are my material. I was training with these guys, and that brings you up because you have to fight every day. You have to, be prepared, and so that brought me up quite a bit. And their level did, and it was a good experience.
Ryan, you just tied the record for the fastest knockout in UFC history. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to smoke a cigar. A glass of scotch would be nice. And I really want to see my parents.
What kind of scotch? Macallan? 18-year neat?
You know your stuff.
You hold me there,
You're talking to the right guy.
Oh, geez. I would like probably a Scotland Highland scotch, but, maybe
An Oban?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, well, you do know your stuff. That's awesome.
Have you started to spend the win bonus in your head? I mean, the chances are pretty good for you tonight.
Yeah.
The KO bonus, I mean.
Well, I'm going to invest it. I'm not going to, I'm sorry, I didn't do that, but I'm going to invest it and make sure I put into becoming a better fighter.
The hairy eyeball on Hector Lombard, make sure he doesn't get a KO and take
Yeah, he is a guy that could do that, eh? I just go out there and we just club his knee, Can I bring that up? That was 1992.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Tanya Hardy.
Yeah.
Why me? Why me?
Ryan, can you sum up this last year for you, coming off that win at MFC over Terry Sokaju and now making your debut like this?
Yeah, I had after my win over Sokaju, it was a very close fight. You know, I had a lot of you know, ups and downs on you know, with people's perception. You know, I wasn't at my best for that fight, and you know, I had to revive myself and reinvent myself. So I took the steps and facilitated that reinvention.
This type of win's probably going to put a target on your back.
Yes.
Anything, anyone you're looking forward to?
You know, a lot of guys, especially in MMA, where it's a pretty new sport, a lot of guys want to be a superstar yesterday. And when I say that, everyone wants to be an overnight superstar, an overnight sensation. I would like to slowly and surely build my record up in the UFC until everything's comfortable, and you know, look at making a run for the title in due time. You know?
Ryan, it's an incredible feat, the tying the record. What are your thoughts about going into the record book with the tying the fastest knockout?
I'm going to try to forget it as quickly as possible, so I can not let it cloud how much I need to improve.